rules volunteers must follow to shoot 8 death row inmates in US states. The new execution method or rule came into force on the 1st of July 2026. One state in America has become the first to adopt a controversial execution method as its primary form of capital punishment. But if you want to volunteer, there are some rules you need to follow. From the 1st of July 2026, the firing squad has been Idaho's default method of execution, despite skeptics arguing that it's more brutal than a lethal injection. Like a lethal injection, you're just like chilling, waiting for this needle to kill you. Like, you know, whereas the firing squad, definitely is a more brutal method, 100%. And I can imagine that being a controversial method as well, because why wouldn't it be? Like, yeah, with the lethal injection, some people think, oh well, you know, this person is getting off easily because all you gotta do is just wait, be strapped down, and wait for this needle to be put inside their bodies. That's gonna kill them. They don't really experience anything in a sense. Whereas a firing squad, that's a whole different scenario altogether. This means that Idaho will deploy shooters just like Missouri, or Mississippi rather, Oklahoma, Utah and South Carolina. While it does join other southern states in permitting death by firing squad as the first case for death penalties, there's one major difference in its laws. It's the use of volunteer shooters. I've heard of the firing squad before, I've heard about it many times, but I never heard of volunteer shooters being involved with, you know, an execution of a death row inmate. That was the first time I've heard about that. I was like, wow, okay, that's one way to take it up a notch. That's one way to make it more of a controversial method. You could become a certified firing squad member on a temporary basis, which allows you to kill 8 inmates. But it's not as simple as that, and if you're doing it just to kill someone, there's a good chance you will be accepted into the program. So if you do get chosen, there is something you need to know first. Is that you have to be anonymous to everyone except 2 people. According to The Guardian, the identity of the 3 volunteer shooters are known only to the state prisons director and deputy, which makes sense, I respect that. But what is reported of their identities is that one of them is female per the outlet. When it comes to death by lethal injection, it hasn't been a smooth ride either. The most recent attempt, back in February 2024, ended in failure, when the execution team was unable to find a usable vein after 8 attempts on death row's longest serving inmate Thomas Creech. For execution by firing squad, death penalty info states prisoners are bound to a chair with leather straps across his waist and head, with sandbags surrounding them to absorb blood. A black hood is also placed over the prisoner's head, where a doctor checks the location of the prisoner's heart with a stethoscope and then pins a circular white cloth target over it as a target for the shooters. From there, 20 feet away, the shooters will fire their single shots. But there are ways it can fail. As the website states, the person shot loses consciousness when shock causes a fall in the supply of blood to the brain. If the shooters miss the heart by accident or intention, the prisoner bleeds to death slowly. Always, I would love to hear your guys' feedback. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and feelings on this subject as well, especially when it comes to those who might be living in the US. For example, how do you feel about this method? Do you agree with it? Do you not disagree with it? Are you on the fence? Like, are you somewhere in the middle on this subject? Please let me know your feelings down below. And until next time, take care, stay safe, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.